NFL 1940s, the elevator game. In the 1940s, somewhere in an American city, an entire NFL team managed to lose a game inside an elevator. Not on the field, not on the playbook, but in a steel box designed for 10 people, not 30 linebackers. It started innocently enough. Game day morning, the players left their hotel rooms ready for battle. They approached the lobby elevator. Capacity clearly marked, 10 persons. But who has time for multiple trips when you're 250 pounds each and late for kickoff? So the team made a collective, strategic decision. Skip the passenger elevator and pile into the service elevator, the one used for garbage, crates, and occasionally pigs. The doors shut. The box groaned. It went down a few floors. Then silence. Stuck. No up, no down. Just the sound of 30 men breathing heavily in a metal coffin, drenched in sweat, with the distinct aroma of despair and armpits. One giant lineman had an idea. If I jump a little, maybe it'll unstick. He jumped. The elevator rattled like a tin can, screeched, then froze even tighter. Congratulations, the team was now officially prisoners of the hotel. And that's when the conspiracies began. Some witnesses claimed they saw a group of men in fedoras and trench coats leaving the hotel right after the elevator broke down. Cigar smoke trailing, smug smiles on their faces. Gamblers? Fixers? Opposing fans? No one knew, but the timing was suspicious. Others whispered the opposing team had bribed the hotel staff, or worse, greased the cables so the elevator would jam at the worst possible moment. And there was another theory. The night before, one of the coaches had reportedly insulted the hotel staff, demanding better service. Revenge came swift and merciless. The players were herded into the hotel's most temperamental elevator, one famous for jerking, stalling, and hanging halfway between floors. Accident or sabotage? Nobody could agree. What we do know is that after hours of roasting in their metal sauna, the rescue team finally pried the doors open. But freedom came at a cost. Because the elevator was dangling in the upper floors, the players were forced to march down 25 flights of fire escape stairs. By the time they reached the ground, they looked less like athletes and more like marathon survivors. When they finally stumbled into the stadium, shirts wrinkled, hair wild, gasping for air, the other team was already on the field, fresh-faced, hydrated, stretching like they'd just left a spa. Final score? A shutout. Not a single point on the board. The next day, headlines mocked. Elevator named MVP. One columnist wrote bitterly, "This is the first defeat in history caused by modern technology." Fans, of course, immortalized the disaster in song. Going down, straight to a loss. And thus the story entered sports folklore as the elevator game. Proof that sometimes the real opponent isn't on the field. It's gravity, bad decisions, and maybe, just maybe, a little grease on the cables.